everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today we're going to do June's wrap up. So I haven't really finished my June wrap up. I did finish like maybe one book from my TBR, which is like not so much, and yeah, let's get going. So my TBR was a lecture by Juniper State. And I did annotate a lot of it just because, yeah, she had a lot of stuff to be annotated, so it was actually really fun to do so. I don't do it a lot of the times, and it's something I kind of need to get in the habit of. I even, did some highlighting in the book, which I know, like, I don't really highlight in the book as well, so it did take me courage to do so. Like every time someone writes in the book, I'm like, how could you write in the book? So, yeah. So, we're following three sisters, Electra, Clementra, and Cassandra. We're following Cassandra, who is the daughter of King Piran of Troy, and who is supposed to prophetic visions, and no one hears her pleas since, Troy has fallen, but no one believes her, so that's kind of sad. We follow Clementra, who is the wife of Agamemnon, and we also see how she deals with the death of her daughter Iphigenia, and we see how her rage has been going on throughout the book. And then we follow Electra, who is the daughter of Agamemnon and Clementra, and we see how she is really loyal to her father and how she will do revenge on those who are responsible for her father's demise. So, I still don't understand why it's called Electra. We do get some viewpoints from her, but not so much. Honestly, there's not that much until it comes later in the book, and almost towards the end. I couldn't really enjoy Electra as a character. I thought she was selfish and just didn't really see the grand picture. How can you be okay when your youngest daughter got killed or sacrificed, I would say, from your own father? How can Electra be okay with that? I don't understand that. For just fair wind. Well, you should feel something. She's your own sister. So, the only character that I did care about was Cassandra. I actually really enjoyed her plotline way more than Clementra and Electra. And, yeah, I wish we saw more of her because she kind of disappeared in maybe after chapter 27 or something like that. So yeah, and even if she didn't even if we didn't get to see more of her, her part of the story still didn't feel finished. It felt like it was just ending off in a cliffhanger in a way. Not really in a cliffhanger, but rather an opening of it. That's how I feel. It just didn't have that solid ending for her views. So, and honestly, there is this and I still find it sad that no one will believe a woman and how she knew what the fate of Troy was and no one just believed her. Everyone else deemed her as crazy, but then we see all these guys and they're like, oh my gosh, she's so hot. You know what I mean? So it's really unfair, and they should have just listened to her. And in all honesty, I do feel bad for Cassandra because she has been compared to Helen, and there is this quote that I have yet to find. I pretended to myself that I was Helen until it felt natural to me, until the control I feigned to wield was truly mine indeed. So, yeah, like it kind of felt sad. And there was also another quote that I can't find it in there, but I knew I highlighted it. So it's sad that she had to compare to Helen. I think everyone is beautiful in their own way, and we should try to accept it. It's hard, but everyone is beautiful in their own way. So yeah, overall, it was okay. I believe I gave it 3 stars. So it could have been better. Like, I was actually really wanting to know more about Electra, but in the end I just couldn't care less about her. So yeah, sorry. And then, so for my other books, I did read a few on audiobooks as well, and one of them is Small Favors by Evan A. Craig. It was okay. I then felt a little confused at times. I didn't really know where the story was going. Yeah, and like some parts of it were slow, and then that also kind of got me confused because it was so slow and I just couldn't keep up on where the story wanted to be. The characters, they were alright, nothing really special about them. They were okay. I did like the writing. I thought the writing was okay. And I also can't remember if we did ever found out what happened to their parents. Like, they were on some other side of the airport and they couldn't make it because it was winter and the roads were being terrible. So we didn't really get much information on that, so like whether they were alive or they were okay. They just kind of vanished, and I feel like the author kind of forgot about them. At least from what I can remember. I kind of read this a while back, sometime in June, so yeah. But yeah, that part is still kind of bugging me. Like, what happened to the parents? They were so heavily on parents, and then all of a sudden we just had nothing from them. Like, what happened to the parents? Yeah, this is also a Rumpelstiltskin retell, but again, I kind of forgot that actually was a Rumpelstiltskin retell, so my bad. But honestly, it wasn't like some of the stuff that happened in the book wasn't really necessary. But yeah, it was okay. So next, and so I also read this book as an audio as well, even though I do have a physical copy. And then it's I'm Written by Zinan J. Xiao. So I actually really love it. There are some mixed reviews in it as well. Oh, sorry. I just moved the chair. There are mixed reviews, but I thought it was great. I liked the characters. I felt like they were the best part. The plot not so much, but the characters is like what really drew me in. I just loved how they were all portrayed in. I thought they were badass. And so yeah, it does get really violent, so if you want to read it, be careful. It gets like really violent. I'm not sure what to call, but like the magic system, I thought that was pretty cool. I liked how it worked, and I like how it was developed. It just seemed like a really cool magic system. So like the magic system had like really magical parts while there's science in them as well, but they were actually made like in equal parts. So I thought that was really neat and really well done. I also liked the world building. I thought that was cool. It does remind me of Hunger Games, like how they're really set up to kill one another. So if you do like Hunger Games, you might like Iron Widow, go for it. And I do feel like it's feminism, though actually a lot of people saying that it's not, but I feel like it is, like just because of what has been said throughout the book, and just making me shake my head all the time. So I feel like it is feminism. And yeah. And again, I also have a physical copy as well, but I actually might read it back again just because I feel like there's a lot to be annotated. And that is Dreams Lying Beneath by Rebecca Ross. I like this one, and it was cool. You know, it's kind of creepy at the same time. Like, I think it's cool how she had the power to like go into nightmares and see what's bothering people. And like, you know, the whole captivating power of dreams. So the one thing though, I understand where the main character was coming from and how she couldn't kill, but at the end of the day it was a nightmare and she just was hesitant to kill her parent. I understand, but like, she knew it was a nightmare. She knew it was going to be someone who might look like the ones she loved. So like, come on. I know that sounds horrible, I'm sorry, but like, she knew it was a nightmare. She knew it wasn't real. So like, why is that hesitation? Like, she knew it wasn't real. At the end of the day, it's not real. So that kind of bothered me. Like, and this book almost reminds me of Sorcery of Thorns. It's almost similar in a way, but it's not. But like, I honestly get that feel, just because there is some kind of similar vibe to it. So I really like Sorcery of Thorns, so that's really cool. The characters were okay, and they're kind of like Clementine. She was fierce, she knew what to do, but at the same time, there is that hesitation problem, even though she knew it's not real. But I still liked her though. I thought she was fierce, and you know, like, not stuck up fierce, annoyingly fierce, but like fierce. So there's that one point, like, you have to stay in your house and then so that your nightmares can't come in uninvited. So what's the point of the dream wardens? Like, that's the only thing that kind of bothers me, which is why I give it 4 stars. But otherwise, I thought it was really good. I did feel disconnected from the characters at times. I did like Felon. I thought he was pretty good character. He knew what to do, he knew how to help, and I just liked him. So yeah. And this is an audiobook and I don't have a physical book for it. This is actually from a 2019 release, and that is War Goes by Toji Onyibuchi. I didn't really like this one, couldn't give it 2 stars. I feel like if I read this book in 2019, maybe I would have loved it. But it was just too slow, and it's just like so much things going on. I couldn't really keep up. If there's anything that gave me the chills, it was when there was this little boy and he mentioned roses that were on the wall. Oh my god, that gave me chills so much, because they're not actually roses, if you know what I mean. It's actually blood on the wall, but the little guy thought it was roses. Oh, that gave me so much chills. Like, oh my god, I couldn't stop thinking about that. Oh, I still get, look, I got chills even now. Like, I don't know, like, that part just really threw me off. I'm like, oh my god. I got so scared about that. So, but between the main character and Megan, I think her name was, I did like her sisterly relationship. I thought that was cute, and I liked how she was protective. And I also love how the woman had such high roles and strengths in the book, and the way the metaphors were used around child soldiers, I thought that was pretty well done. I still can't get that roses on the wall. Oh. The one thing though, like the major problem that I have with this book was like, they had like these giant robots, but they were never fully explained as how they were to be functioned, and we didn't really get an explanation for that. All these other technologies, like there's the bionic implants, and then there's these mechs, none of them really seemed to me explained properly, and that kind of went for me off just because I didn't know how they were functioned. They were just told that they were just magic in a way. But I really wish the author had explained more about those technology, because they sounded really cool. I would have learned more about them. So I felt like that could have been more explained. So this book was actually divided into 2 parts, which okay, I gotta stop kicking up chat. This book was divided into 2 parts. The first part, it was boring, and even throughout the book I felt the pacing kind of off. Like something would happen and then something wouldn't, and then there's just these up and downs kind of thing. So that kind of went through me off and just felt boring. And yeah, like there was also too many characters and so many characters died or dropped out and we didn't really get a backstory. I just couldn't feel for them because they didn't have a backstory to them. And there were just so many, as I said, there were so many action scenes I couldn't keep up with what was happening. And yeah, overall, it was an interesting read. I just felt like it could have been explained more since technology was so involved in the book, so I felt like she could have focused on that. Maybe in the part 2 area she could have had a book to be focused. So, and I also read, and so for my final wrap-up in June, and for my final June wrap-up, I also read The Boats in Ruin by TRILOGY. I think that's what you say. So again, I liked this. I liked how everything ended, and it was pretty cool. I like how everything was revealed. I like the tournament. The tournament seems such a cool thing to see. Oh, not to see, but you know. The world building wasn't too much, and there wasn't a lot of info dumping, which I liked because we all know how authors get carried away from info dumping. I am one of them. And I thought it was cool, like we had a badass black female lead, so I really liked her a lot. I thought she was a great character. I just really liked the powers of what everyone has, like they're just shapeshifter, time warp, mind control, everything, all that, and that was really cool. Also there is a love triangle. I feel like Iris, who is the female lead, the love triangle wasn't really necessary. I just felt like it was in the way. And there are 3, so Iris and 2 other boys. And so yeah. And also there is racism in the book, so do be careful with. And that's my phone. Done. But yeah, there is racism in the book, so do be careful. And go check out the book. I really enjoyed it. I thought the world building was cool. I loved the tournament. It kind of gave me Hunger Games vibe. So yeah, go check it out. Okay guys, and that is it for my June wrap up. It was like pretty alright June, considering I had a busy, since at work June is a busy month because that's when all the tax payments comes in and we just process everything. So I'm glad June is done until next year. So now I'm back to filming again. Yay! So yeah, if you like this, please give a like, comment down below on how your June wrap-up went, and subscribe so that you won't miss a video every time I post. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!